Hello, this is Alex Mejias, and welcome to my flipped assignment video on symbolism. What is symbolism? Symbolism is used by many authors and writers to enhance their writing. Symbolism itself is using words in an articulate way to describe an idea. Symbolism can be used with objects, people, places, and colors. Examples of symbolism in everyday life. Symbolism is very common and can be found in everyday life. Here are some examples. The first image symbolizes the act and process of recycling. The second image represents the two genders, and the third image represents toxic and poisonous substances. The examples I have shown demonstrate how symbolism is everywhere in the world today. Symbolism is just as prevalent in literature. Symbolism is useful in literature because it allows for the reader to contemplate what the author could be meaning instead of the reader automatically knowing what the author means. Examples of symbolism in Fahrenheit 451. Fahrenheit 451 is a great example for symbolism because symbolism is sprinkled within the pages of this book. The hearth and the salamander. One example of symbolism in the book Fahrenheit 451 is the hearth and the salamander. There used to be a belief that salamanders could live in fire without being burned by it, and a hearth is considered to be the source of warmth for a house. The hearth and the salamander go together because they are both related to fire, and fire is one of the most prevalent things in Guy Montag's life. The hearth and the salamander is also the beginning of section 1. Clarice McClellan. Clarice is a good example of a person being symbolized to represent an idea. Clarice McClellan represents curiosity, awareness, and the good people in the world. Fahrenheit 451. The title of this book represents the temperature books burn at. Obviously, books can burn at a little bit of a lower temperature than 451 degrees. But this is unique because one of the biggest things that takes place in the book is demonstrated on the book cover. Bathing in the river. Towards the end of the book, Montag is being chased by the cops. Eventually, he stops by a river to bathe off the whiskey he poured on himself, to disguise himself from the hound, by the way. This has a literal meaning and a figurative meaning. Figuratively, Montag's bath symbolizes himself cleansing his past self and starting new. Mirrors. Mirrors are used in the book Fahrenheit 451 to represent self-understanding and a reflection of oneself. Granger, an intellectual character who values books, suggests that his group build a metaphorical mirror factory. He says this because he wants the human race to realize what has become of them. Recap. In this lesson you learned what symbolism is, how it is seen in everyday life, how it's used in literature, why authors and writers use symbolism. Overall, symbolism is a very important tool that you should use in your writing to put depth in it. Thanks for watching.